We've got all the livestock in, take out all of that soil without making a massive mess. Where's the light? Oh, boosh. All that moss as well. I'll probably have to trim some of that, to be honest, because it's pretty crazy. We've got a bit of Spider-Man, we've got a bit of a Transformer, not a real one, like a knockoff one, because they're like 10 times cheaper. What is your favourite fish in this whole tank? Who's that?
George.
Welcome back to MD Fish Tanks. I'm MD and these are my fish tanks. Right guys, what are we going to do today? So here we have the Zen tank. I'm not feeling it. I always like to keep it real with you guys. Battling a bit of Fred algae, nothing that we can't control. I just want to do something different. I quite fancy turning it into a really simple shrimp tank and show you guys what we can do. I don't want to place it here anymore next to the jungle tank, and the reason being it just all looks quite squished. So I think what I'm going to do is take the jungle tank out, break it down. Again, this is another one that's finished. You know, I keep bringing it back to life and putting it back to where it was. And it grows back into this. It's just a done tank. The plants are really healthy, so I'll keep a lot of those, and I can use those in other scapes. Potentially the new one actually. So yeah, let's just get this rock out, get it all clean, get it sorted, get it ready to go. That's all the rocks and all the plants and everything like that out. So this soil is really good. Like, it looks a bit of a mess, but it's actually really good. So I'm going to get all the livestock out. So there's 3 guppies in there, some amanos and loads of cherry shrimp. I'm going to put all those separately, take out all the soil, save it, and then I'm going to put it back in. I'm going to actually be capping the top of it with some nice sand, but that is full of all the good bacteria and everything that you want in a new setup to make it instantly cycled. Boom. We've got all the livestock in. Now we just need to drain the water and take out all of that soil without making a massive mess. That'll be fine.
Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know if I...
So that's all looking good to me. Loads of room there now. Oh, can't show you that yet. Coming up in the video soon. No filter cube, twin star lighting, NT Labs liquid CO2 boost and nutrition in there. Anyway, just a quick one guys, new Ranchu Crew t-shirts available now, so click the card above if you want to grab one. So since I've put twin star lighting on a lot of my tanks now, I've actually got a load of lights free from what I had on them previously. It's the most awkward way of saying that. I've got a load of free lights available. I just wrapped up in some tape to keep it all together. But I'm going to suspend this 600, well it's 510 pled from Allpon Solutions. I'm going to suspend it up here, sort of hidden out the way. And I can control the lighting levels by just putting some black tape over some of the LEDs, which works really well actually at limiting light. So I can put that up above, and then there's nothing on the tank at all, and that should look really cool. Ladies and gentlemen, it turns out I am a genius. Where's the light? Oh, boosh. So what I've done is I just, there we go, look. Just put a screw in that way, a screw in that way, push the light behind it, run the cable down the side. Perfect. That's actually given me a really good idea for the new studio to do a whole racking system where you can't see any lights. Awesome. What we want to do next then is we want to get soil in. I decided to take out all that soil. So what about the tank? So it's just a little 16 litre tank. It's opti-white glass. It's 45 centimeters this way, and I think 30 centimeters that way, and then 25 to the back. So something like that. Anyway, yeah, it's cool. It's a good looking tank, isn't it? Yeah, and as said, the lighting is just like a 20 watt, 60 centimeter, well, 50 centimeter, I don't even know. It's the PLED 510. I'm guessing that's 510 centimeters, which is about half a meter. We'll just go with a half a meter light, 20 watts or so. Really good look. Soil in first at the back, or some rocks or whatever. I don't even know what I'm saying. Let's just get some stuff in. Right, so that's like a base level or base layer of soil in. That's like the coarser type of soil, but we want to use the finer stuff on top of that because we've got some sort of smaller plants maybe to plant in, or anyway, just I find it better planting into the finer soil. So down here I've got a little bag of the finer stuff. Right, you can't really see that. I'll get it in the tank, then you'll see. Yeah, so hopefully you can see there, look, finer stuff versus the more coarse stuff. It's just nicer stuff to plant in, to be honest, I find anyway. So yeah, so now that soil's in, you noticed I left this clear area at the front. That's obviously where our decorative sand's going to go, but it's best now to place in sort of a border of rock. Or we could do sand first and rock on top, but you're just kind of finding it hard to separate then. So, but do some sand first. So you can see there, look, there's a clear line between the aqua soil and the sand. Now the reason I've done it like this a bit differently to usual is because there's going to be no fish in here, no cories, those sort of things to disturb the two different layers. So I can actually just place my wood and rocks in now to create the sort of border line. And it's just I don't know, a sort of easier way of doing it, a quicker way, because normally what you'd have to do is put in the rocks, plug all the gaps and everything, then put your soil in, then put your sand in. But you can do it nice and quickly with these little scapes, you know, especially for shrimp, because they don't just destroy your scape like other fish do. So I think now is a good time to put in this piece of wood that we've got with all of our moss on. That's Java moss, that's Java fern, that's all it is. There's some Hygrophila pinnatifida. Yeah, let's just put it in and then we can build around it, I think, because I'm not entirely sure how that's going to fit in this. You're probably getting dizzy, sorry. I'm not sure how that's going to fit in there yet, so I'm going to put it in first, have a little look, and I can build my rocks around it. If need be, we can cap this back bit as well with sand, but at the moment it's fine as it is. Well, it looks like the decision for where it should be placed was kind of made by the shape of the wood, but yeah, it's going to look cool, nice and easy. Chuck it in. All that moss as well. I'll probably have to trim some of that, to be honest, because it's pretty crazy. Next, let's get some rocks. This gap here, I'll have some rocks there, along the borderline there. Yeah, and then after that we can get planting some stems as well. So that's the stones in, the wood in, the moss in, the ferns in. So this stone is Millennium Stone. Loads and did I say stone or stone? Stone. Look at the detail on it though. Look at that. So cool. Yeah, so we've got 3 pieces. One at the back, just creating a border with that nice little bit of moss sort of coming through in a way. One in the corner there, one at the front. I don't know why I'm telling you this, you just saw me put it in, but never mind. Little gap there. I haven't got another stone, so it doesn't really matter. I've just covered it up with some of the sand so that the soil can't push forward. I could put a plant in there or something as well. So, right, next thing. We've got quite a good, oh yeah, you can see there as well, look, I used a bit of sand just to block that gap to make sure none of the soil was spilling forward because there's a tiny gap there. And also I did the same on this side, look, so that's a good little tip. Use the sand to block it. I've piled it up higher than it actually needs to go because once the water's in it tends to try and flatten out, but it should still block it. Next job now, I think, is a few more details at the front. I've got some of this Hugo Kamishi sand that I've been using recently. I really like it, it's great details because obviously that looks massively artificial at the moment. I'm all about realism, so yeah, let's get it in, keep it real. Right, so you guys have probably noticed that I've been using this combination quite a lot recently, which is the white sand, the coarser sort of natural sand, and then the Rio Zingu sort of pebbles that go in between. But why wouldn't I? Look, it just looks real. I love it. I've never found a combination that's working as well as this right now. So I'm just going to do every tank with it. No, some tanks I won't use it at all. But where there's sand and a border and rock like this, for sure, look at it. It's like it's just fallen away from the Millennium Stone. It's absolutely brilliant. I tell you what, I want to do this on a bigger scale. So Dave, Aquarium Gardens, if you're watching, that's where I get all this stuff from. If you want to send me some more Millennium Stone, that would be great. Thank you. So now we can start to get some stem plants in at the back. Now, I want to use ones I've already grown because my discus community tank is currently just overflowing with them. So I'm going to take them from there and then put them in. Here is the discus tank. Now, as you can see at the top here, all of the stem plants are growing over, isn't that right? Jacob, that's my son Jacob, come here then. What is your favourite fish in this whole tank? Who's that?
George.
George, yeah? George is cool. That's what George Farmer posted on one of my comments on one of these videos of this tank. What's Daddy's favourite? Look at all the rummies now. Look at them go.
They're really big.
Yeah, well there's big ones because they're the originals. Look, there's the original ones. And then these are the ones I added recently. They're already getting a lot bigger than when I first got them, aren't they? But they're so good to see school, look. I mean, I'm kind of scaring them here.
Yeah,
but...
you mean the ones that are right here? They're the ones that are really fast.
Yeah? Yeah, the ones, yeah, the rummies with the red nose. The red-nosed reindeer fish, yeah. Awesome, aren't they?
Red-nosed reindeer.
You getting shy? Right. Okay, so we need to trim these back because look, they're looping right over. That's crazy the growth I've had on those. Okay, right, let's get trimming. Well, that's all of that trimmed back, look, right back as well. So it's a lot more bright and open now, but look at the horde we've got. Oh, Christmas presents as well. We've got over here, we've got a bit of Spider-Man, we've got a bit of a Transformer, not a real one, like a knockoff one, because they're like 10 times cheaper. The Batcave, and the masses of Rotala. Look at all of that lot. It smells amazing as well, like it smells really super clean. But look at the quality of them all. So there's a mix here of rotundifolia and of the H-Ra. So the H-Ra is the one that's got more of a red stem like that, and the green stems are the rotundifolia, but I've had them so close to the light that they've gone red. You know, that's what happens. The closer the plants go to the light, or the more light they receive, the more red they tend to go. Not always, but you know, that tends to be the case with stem plants anyway. So, right, I've got loads there, way more than we need. So some of these are going to be going in a sort of nursery tank I've got set up, which will be really good for growing out more for future builds. There we have it, guys. Look at how amazing these things look. Like, these stems are from Tropica. They're all tiny when I got them. So the Rotala, which is the proper darker ones you can see, oh no, sorry, the Rotala H-Ra, you can see the darker ones. That come to me as the 1-2 grow, which is the tiny little nuggets you get, and they've grown out to be these amazing stems you can see here. So just goes to show a little bit of time. What was it, 2 months ago, something like that, I set these up. They were that big, and now, but oh, don't mess them up, they're booming. So the reason I put them in size order is so that when I plant them I can put them in like a staggered effect, so the longest at the back and then the shortest at the front, and you get a really nice sort of angled, you know what I mean. I don't know what I mean. I'll show you, that'll be easier. So we're going to start with the shortest first, just these tiny little pieces here. They came off as offshoots from the taller pieces, like shooting off at each point, but it felt a shame to just chuck them away, so we might as well use them. So as you can see, they really are planted close to the front, just on their own there, nice and short. Should be the first stage, if you like, then the next stage, then the next stage, then the next stage, and so on and so forth. Let's time lapse it. So that looks a bit funky at the moment, but I've got them looped over like that because when you fill up with water, they should sort of all lift up, hopefully, fingers crossed. I've still got tons of stems left, so I think what I'm going to do is plant them in this temporary tank that I've got just holding these in here. There's a nice little bit of light coming in there. Should be really helpful for them. I could put them back in the original tank, but that's already going to grow so thick and so fast that I'd rather keep them in here and use it as a nursery to create even more scapes in the future. Now that's all sorted, let's get this thing filled up with water. So what I like to normally do is just like put a bit of tissue paper, paper towel? Yeah, paper towel. I think everyone universally uses that term. Paper towel at the front. And then what it means is that when you pour your water in, it doesn't just go and just mess up all your hard work. Nice bit of paper towel, and nice and steady as well, that's the key. I like to use this watering can because it just means I can just be nice and gentle with it. Don't rush this part, I've done it before when I've been setting up a whole scape, spending ages on it, and I've just gone, just try and get on with it, and massive mess. So yeah, don't do that. Right guys, another point I needed to add. Don't forget to add in your water conditioner. I've got this API stuff, it's really good. You only have to use a tiny drop of it for like a massive amount of water. I think it's like 1 mil for 60 litres or 15 US gallons. That's amazing. 1 mil. I mean, how much is in here? I don't know, a lot. But anyway, yeah, add it in at this stage once you're filling up the bucket or watering can in this case. And then when we put the water in and start the filter, we won't kill all the bacteria that is already in our filter media, or in this case it's just a sponge, but it's still, you know, it's better than nothing. So yeah, always add the water conditioner guys, unless you've got a massive system and you're only doing like a 10% water change, in which case I don't find it necessary. But for a tiny little nano tank, water straight out the tap, you need your conditioner. Right, there we are guys, I think that looks really cool. And I've got this tiny little heater, look. That's not a heater, that's a filter. I've got a tiny little filter. I'm just going to hide it in this back corner here. There is the option to hang on the side or hang on the back filter to put on there, but it's a bit of an eyesore. I think this will actually look better. Tiny little bit of flow, you don't need a lot of flow. You don't even need a filter at all, to be honest, in this tank, but I'm going to put it in there just because I've got it available. It's nice and cheap. You guys can do the same thing. And yeah, let's get it in there. I'm going to put inside of it though the actual sponge that was in the filter before, so that everything's all seeded and ready to go. Yeah, so this is the used sponge from the previous setup. Not setup, well yeah, setup and the previous little filter. So I'll just open this one up. This is so hard one-handed. Why didn't I plan this? Hang on. There we go, look. I mean, it's probably too much for there, but it's not as well because it fits in quite nicely. Perfect. Okay guys, it's the next day and I think that is looking pretty cool. But there's just, I want to make a few adjustments to it. So that could be it. Like if you're happy to do 3 plants, that's fine. Like if you can only afford, I'm pink again from this RGB twin star light. If you're happy with it like that, that's fine, that's cool. But I've got more plants available and I want to fill in some of the gaps there. So I'm just going to plant a few more in there, just get it looking perfect. I'm going to go with a more green plant just to add a little bit more variety as well. It's the Limnophilia, which as a lot of you know is my favourite plant. It stays really vibrant green. It grows in all conditions pretty much, even in shady conditions. It's the best plant I think for giving your tank that punch of green if you want that. So yeah, I'm just going to steal a few of these from my axolotl aquarium. I mean, they're getting really, really long here, so it's best just to give them a little snip like that and they'll grow back really, really healthily, even thicker. Don't want too many because there's not a massive gap we need to fill, but that one at the back looks really good. Yeah, like I say, so I've got 3 there, just 3 stems, but from those points where I've trimmed it, we'll get twice as many coming back, so brilliant. So I was going to fill in this little area here as well with some plants, but you know what, I'm just going to leave it because, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect. Like, it's nature. Nature isn't perfect. If you're looking for one of those channels where there's perfectly aquascape tanks, then you're in the wrong place because that's just not me. Let's keep that gap there. Why not? It might be a little viewing window into what some of the shrimp are doing, or, you know,